everybody, I'm Michelle. I'm one of the two mythical unicorns here on this channel, and today we're doing a book haul and a kind of TBR for the summer. As Anna and I have spoken about several times on this channel, just generally, we're both terrible at TBR because we're complete mood readers. But here's the thing, I can't buy too many books during the summer because I don't have any income at the moment. So I bought a couple of books that hopefully will keep me entertained for a while, and so that I don't buy a shit ton of books during the summer. So hopefully this is all that I'll need, but we'll see. The first book that I've picked up is kind of a surprise for me because it's a fantasy. This is Sandlin Ascents by Josiah Bancroft, quite possibly. I've heard quite a lot of good things about this series. There's 3 books out at least. I'm not sure if there's going to be more than that, which, to be honest, I hope that it's just a trilogy, but I guess we'll see. And if you don't know, this is about a man who is on his honeymoon with his wife, who then disappears. And they are in the Tower of Babel, and he has to find her. And then loads of things happen. It sounded really interesting and weird, so I think this might be right up my street. Next up, we have Strange Beasts of China by Yan Jie, a Chinese author. This is set in a fictional Chinese town where humans live among spirits and monsters. And we follow our main character as she's trying to sort of track down all of the different creatures that exists. And along the way, she finds out more about herself. I don't know. This sounded really interesting. I've not heard of anything that sort of like plot is similar to this. So I think this is going to be fun. Next up, we have The Map of Salt and Stars by Sane Yukada? Quite possibly. This is a historical fiction novel that takes place in 2 different, not timelines, but as I've understood, it's about a particular journey that one character does in contemporary time, and then another character that does the same journey but way back when. And that's all that I know about this, but I'm gonna be honest, this is a bit of a cover buy. It could be quite heavy. We'll see, but I'm excited. And next up we have The Girl Who Drank the Moon by Kelly Barnhill. This is a middle grade fantasy that I have been dying to read, quite honestly. As I've understood it, it is about a witch that accidentally feeds a child moonlight, which gives her magical powers. And so the witch decides to take her in and raise her as her own. And it just sounds so like magical and nice, and like a nice little hug, which is always needed. This is gonna be great. Next up, we have one that I probably won't finish over the summer, but that I can sort of dip in and out of because it's an anthology. And that is The Unreal and the Real by Ursula K. Le Guin. This is science fiction, speculative fiction, fantasy, short stories, essentially. And it's quite big. But because it's like, there's short stories, it's fine. And I'm gonna be completely honest with you, I got this because I wanted to read the short story called The Ones Who Walk Away from Omelas. And if you are a BTS fan, you'll know why I wanted to read that. And I have read it, and I can tell you that I really liked it. It was very good. It was very interesting. For those of you who don't know, that is a speculative fiction, kind of, I guess. I don't know what to place it into, which essentially is about a utopian city where everyone lives happily, but with the awareness that one child is being very mistreated. And the ones who walk away from Omelas are the ones who decide that they can't deal with that guilt. It hurt to read, but it was very good. And it was only like 6 pages or something. Most likely I'm just going to be dipping in and out of this at least for the next, like the coming year, because this is large and it's very thin pages. I'm gonna see if I can see how many pages it actually is. 715 pages, which is, I guess, fine, but to me that's like a lot. So probably not gonna read it over the summer, but I'll probably read a couple of stories at least. Now to the part of this book haul, to the books that I recently bought that I've already read. And one is Here the Whole Time by Vitor Martins. I believe the author is Brazilian. As I said, I've already read this. It was really sweet. It's a contemporary LGBTQIA plus novel about a teenager who is slightly overweight and who is, well, has a lot of body issues because of that, and his sort of first experience with falling in love. And it was very good. I really liked it. If you're looking for a nice contemporary to read over the summer, I do recommend this. It was very nice. And then next up are graphic novels, which I haven't really dipped my toes into until I found Heartstopper by Alice Oseman. This is the sweetest series in existence. It's so beautiful. I'm just gonna the art in this is absolutely gorgeous. The story is beautiful. It has hilarious and fantastic characters. It's about Nick and Charlie, who lead very different lives. Charlie is openly gay and happy, overthinking, anxious. And Nick, who is a pretty popular rugby player, and the friendship that blossoms between them, and that might blossom into something more. And the third book in this series is out, so I'm going to be buying that. So the plan is to be reading the third part over the summer. I might just reread them when I get the third one and get the entire story. As far as I know, the fourth one is coming, but in like December. I was gonna wait with the third one, but I don't want to, so probably getting that one. Now over to the books that I'm planning to read outside of the ones that I've bought that I already had in my shelf. I'm planning to do a reread of Aristotle and Dante Discovers the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Alire Sanis, because the sequel is coming in the autumn. So I figure it would be a good idea to just, and a good excuse to just reread this beautiful, beautiful book. It's one of my all-time favorites, quite honestly. I think it's fantastic. I haven't reread it in a good while, so I'm really looking forward to this. If you don't know what Aristotle and Dante is about, it is about two boys who have lead fairly different lives, but meet at the pool. And a friendship sort of blossoms from there. And it's a coming of age, and it's about accepting yourself, and it's so good. This is a heavy one. The next one that I'm planning to read is technically 3 books or 1 book, depending on how you think of it, and that happens to be 1Q84 by Haruki Murakami. And if you don't know what this is about, it's about a young woman who steps into a parallel existence. And it also follows a young aspiring writer who takes on a ghost writing job that seems strange. That's about all that I know about this series, book. I don't know what to call it. But I obviously have the one that it's divided into 3, which is how it was originally published in Japanese, because I'm that ridiculous. And I also kind of, fell in love with this copy of the book. So yeah, this is like 1,000 pages long or something like that. And I don't tend to be reading very long books, so that's why I also like that it's divided. So I can sort of imagine it as a series. And then the last one that I'm going to talk about in this video, I'm currently reading or listening to, and that is John Green's The Anthropocene Reviewed. Sorry about the pronunciation. I'm listening to it on audiobook because John Green reads it himself. And this is a non-fiction about all the things that John Green wants to talk about, it would seem. It feels like it's just a collection of sort of essays about things that John Green thinks are important or want to discuss. And I've listened to like a few chapters and I really love it, but I also really love John Green, so that works out very well for me. And those are all the books that I have bought and am planning to read over the summer. I think there's about 15 or something like that. I'll put the number up here if I am incorrect. And let us know what you're planning to read over the summer. If you do TBRs, do you like them? Do you not? Why? Why not? Like the video if you liked it, and all the other things. And we'll talk to you next time. Bye.